In this video, I'll be sharing with you top 10 best budget cologne fragrances for 2020. So let's start by House of ZARA at number 10 spot, one of the latest releases of this house, Warm Black. So this fragrance is very dry, spicy, sweet and dark in the same time. Sweetness is here well balanced, not that much in the sweet side. At the opening is very spicy, clovey, I can say like clove bomb at the opening, plus some dried tobacco vibe, very close to Tom Ford tobacco vanilla, like 95%, but I can catch also some other sweet and tobacco fragrances like a spice bomb like red tobacco, but I can say 95% is cologne or inspired fragrance by Tom Ford tobacco vanilla. Unbelievable, it smells very legit, high quality and expensive. Closed eyes, it's impossible, you cannot guess that this fragrance is around 15 bucks. Performance is good for House of ZARA, below average compared to other fragrances. Is like maximum 4 to 5 hours on the skin by first hour average, and below average projection association. Next fragrance is from House of Missoni at number 9 spot, Missoni EDP. It is a fougere lavender based fragrance. We have also some fresh notes like ginger and citruses, by hints of some woodiness at the dry down. It is not that much in the woody side, it is mostly in the herbal, lavendery and citrusy fresh side, I can say. Reminds me of Dior Sauvage and Bleu de Chanel, like 70% in the Bleu de Chanel vibe and 30% in the Dior Sauvage vibe. Smells like simplified version of both those fragrances without that base note. For example, we have not that great incense note of Chanel, which shines at the base, at the dry down, and not that ambroxan and pepper of Dior Sauvage. It is very simple. You have some top notes from both of those fragrances, I can say. Performance is good by this one. I can get 7 to 8 hours. Let's say to this good 7 hours by first hour, hour and a half projection and siege. Next fragrance is from House of Bentley, Momentum Intense Eau de Parfum. So scent of this fragrance is green, herbal, grassy, a bit some muddy notes are going on here, earthy muddy notes, sweet, powdery and a little bit at the dried and woody, but we cannot catch that much woody notes in this fragrance. Very close to CH Man by Carolina Herrera, like 95%. There is a little differences. For example, that sugary note is here reduced, but this fragrance is more powdery compared to CH Man, and performance is way better. It lasts on me like 6 to 7 hours. I can say good 6 hours by first hour, intensely projection and siege. It is not loud like 1-2 feet plus. It is maximum 20-30 centimeter, but very intensely and concentrated type of projection. Another great budget cologne fragrance in my collection is Cuba Gold. It smells very close to like 80% to Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male. Some says it came after, some says it came before. I'm not 100% sure if it is cologne of that fragrance or not. Anyway, these fragrances are very similar to each other, like 75-80%. Compared to Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male, it smells a bit drier and less sweet, I can say. That sweetness is reduced here, and the lavender, basil, menthy vibes, that herbal vibes are here in a dried way. Performance is 5 to 6 hours on the skin. If you apply it on the clothing, you can get 7 to 8 hours. By first hour, good projection and siege. At first half an hour, this fragrance is very loud and room filler. After that is noticeable and fair for first hour and hour and a half. For next, we have from House of Rasasi Daarej at number 6 spot. Atmosphere of this fragrance is oriental, floral, or spicy. Spices are much more prominent. Let's say to this one, oriental spicy, I can catch tons of cumin, cardamom, vanilla, cinnamon and rose. Rose is undertone here. The spices are much more prominent. Performance is 10-12 hours plus on my skin. By first 2-3 hours, loud projection and siege. It is one of those beast mode Rasasi fragrances. It is cologne of Valentino V, which is already discontinued, and at the very late dry down, like 6 hours plus after applying, smells a little bit like Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male. Reminds me of that fragrance. Atmosphere of Daarej is very sexy, lady pleaser, date night smelling type of atmosphere, but it is absolutely not worthy for blind buy. It is not daring, but it is not safe because of two notes. First rose, second cumin, which is not for everybody. These two notes, I am sure 100%. So if you have no problem by rose or cumin note and you are okay by this combination, this fragrance is absolutely for you, and you're gonna get tons of great compliments by Daarej. For next, we have here Rasasi Al Wisam Day. Let's make it short. This is cologne of Silver Mountain Water by Creed. rosy version of that fragrance. As an additional note, we have here rose. This is a different note, but I believe it works very synchronized by this DNA. If you haven't smelled this scent profile and you're not familiar by this DNA, I can say it is floral, citrusy, blackcurranty, and musky at the dry down. We have rose here, we have not rose note at the regular silver mountain water, but that fragrance is kind of more rotten smelling type of fragrance compared to this one, but they smell 95% close to each other. Performance by this one is 8 hours plus. By first 2 hours, 3 hours maximum projection and sillage. First hour is very room filler and loud projection, but second and third hour is noticeable and average. For next, another great job from House of Rasasi. I can say hands down one of the best colognes that I've ever smelled in entire my life. Rasasi Egra. This is green Irish tweed in another bottle, that much close. Also you can catch that bitterness, that famous bitterness of green Irish tweed here. It is herbal, bitter, green, and the slightly floral, that iris note is here touchable. Fantastic. Another very important factor after that similarity, after that great scent profile, is performance. Less, better even compared to green Irish tweed. I can get by this one 7-8 hours. On the skin by first 2 hours, good projection and sillage. Now it is Armaf's turn. For next we have here Armaf Craze at number 3 spot. It is, I can say, at top 5 best Armaf fragrances. In my opinion, it smells fougere, lavendery, and spicy. I can say lavender, nutty, a bit creamy notes, vanilla and sandalwood are main players in this fragrance. By newer batches, you're gonna get 6 hours maximum longevity. By first hour and a half. Loud and average projection and sillage. At the first half an hour is very room filler and loud type of projection, but after that is noticeable and fair, I can say. By this scent profile, performance, and price, absolutely you cannot go wrong by this fragrance. It smells very close to Parfums de Marly Pegasus at the dry down. At the opening, Craze is a bit more lavendery, I can say. At number 2 spot, another great job from House of Armaf, easily at top 5 best Armaf fragrances. For me, Armaf Club de Nuit Milestone. Scent of the fragrance is fruity, floral, irisy, a bit powdery, and minerally at the dry down. It's a light mixture of green Irish tweed by Silver Mountain Water from House of Creed, plus some salty notes at the dry down. This is cologne of Millésime Imperial by Creed, way more cheaper compared to that fragrance and performs better. This is like 50 bucks maximum for 105 ml. Also eau de parfum concentration, if I'm not mistaken. Absolutely, eau de parfum concentration lasts on me like good 8 hours plus, and projects 2 to 3 hours. First hour is very noticeable, loud, but in a very airy and inoffensive way. Second and third hour is fair and noticeable. At number 1 spot, one of the best budget cologne fragrances in any Frag Heads collection, hands down, without any doubt, Armaf Club de Nuit Intense. Man, some batches suck, some batches are good, I know, but all in all, this fragrance is one of the best cologne fragrances in entire my collection and one of the most complimented as well. So let me know what are the best budget cologne fragrances in your collection. Don't forget to subscribe the channel, stay safe, see you in another video.